My husband's family doesn't approve of me. Today, his mother tried to end me. I, 25F, and my husband, 27M, have been in a loving relationship for almost 6 years. We got married around 1 year ago, on our 5-year anniversary, and the backlash from his family has been excessive. They mostly insulted my appearance, saying I'm an ugly S, and how my husband deserves better than a W who is using him, and is going to leave him in a year or 2 for another man. Although my husband has never believed these allegations, it's gotten to the point where I can tell he's starting to become suspicious of me. Lately, he's been very insecure about himself. He always asks me to check my messages, and whenever he sees me texting another man like a coworker, he gets incredibly agitated until I show him that the chat is mostly professional. He's also been asking me questions about random men I see on social media like, would you sleep with him if you had the chance? And, do you think he's hotter than me? I can tell that his family's words are influencing him, as we've never had that type of problem before. I decided that with time, he'd gain more trust for me and stop asking these questions. But a week ago, he invited his mom over. We've had several conversations and arguments about how I don't like his mom, and we came to a mutual agreement that if his mom was staying over, he'd defend me if she said anything bad about me. And while he did, eventually he had to go to the bathroom, and his mom took the chance to unleash her rage on me. She kept calling me terrible names and making jokes that imply that I've cheated on my husband. I got very upset at these jokes, and finally, I decided to stick up for myself. We got in an argument about why she doesn't trust me, where she called me even worse names, and it got very heated. My husband intervened in the middle of it and defended me until her mom took her stuff and left. Not long after, I started crying. My husband had to comfort me and tell me his mom didn't mean that stuff, and she was just looking out for him. I wish that was the case. Yesterday, I ran into his mom on the way to the store. I was already very nervous to see her, as this was an empty street where not many cars ever come through, and it got even worse when she initiated small talk. The conversation slowly got more aggressive until eventually she started yelling at me, calling me a dirty S and attacking me. She eventually picked up a glass bottle from the floor and threw it at me, shattering into tiny pieces and impaling my skin. I was very bloody and decided to run away, but she managed to catch up to me as I'm not a very fast runner. She tripped me and attacked me until I passed out. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. I had to get many stitches and I had fractured my ankle. I guess some pedestrians had seen me laying there hurt and decided to call for help. My husband was there, asking me what happened. When I explained the entire story to him, he seemed skeptical. He looked at me suspiciously, and I could tell he was doubting the story. He said he'd talk to his mother and sort this issue out. He hasn't contacted me since then, and I'm very worried. I'm still in the hospital while typing this. I don't know what to do. I've tried contacting my husband many times, but he hasn't responded. I don't know if I did something wrong or if he believes his mom more than me, but I need advice. Edit. For everyone asking, I live in Egypt. And thank you for all of the kind words in the comments. I really appreciate it. I still haven't decided on what I'll do, but I will update you all when I decide. My boyfriend's family gave away my vacation that I paid for without me knowing. My boyfriend of 5 years and his family plus myself were set to go on a cruise. He helped book the tickets, flight, etc., and I paid them back, almost $1,000. Well, come weeks before said vacation, he and I break up. We share a lease until a few months after, so I stay. Things were neutral for a while, and we still care for one another, go out to eat, etc., but a week before, we get in a fight and I leave to go home because they blow up on me, and I was feeling uneasy. Home is several states away. I spend some time with family, 6 days, get ready for the vacation and decompress. He stays in contact with me during this time, asking me to come back and whatnot. We exchange amicable texts and a few calls, but I never slept. I am coming home to be with them again, or give it another go. 2 days before the cruise, I come back to our apartment, and he asks why. I said, for my vacation I paid for. He explains while I was gone, they gave away my tickets 2 days prior, I'm upset, but he says they can't just change it again, since it's too late. His family tells me it's my fault for being melodramatic and that I moved away and should have told them I was coming back. I argued I wasn't aware they were involved in our fight. They tell me this is the consequences of my actions and I learned a lesson. They gave the ticket to a younger cousin 18M and canceled my flight. I calm down and ask when I will be getting my money back. His family says there's no money to give back as the trip was non-refundable about a month ago. They said sorry, but again tell me I should have been the adult and contacted them. I'm conflicted. Boyfriend and I talked, but I am still jaded about my trip. He and family still go. He tried to cancel that first, but I urged them to go anyway, so they don't also lose the money. I just want my money someone else is using to go on vacation with. I want to take the family to small claims court, particularly the person managing the cruise tickets who changed mine without my consent. I don't know if I have a case though. I feel dumb and hurt. My family keeps telling me I'm being used and am too nice, that's why they push over me. They also want me to move back permanently, since this shows how much they don't care for me, as none of them contacted to check up on me before making that decision. I don't know. Can someone help me?